Hello everybody and welcome to episode 23 in my Bosporan Kingdom campaign Let's Play for Imperator Rome, the 1.2 Cicero update. Now in the last episode we fought a war against Phrygia, sort of an opportunistic war. While those guys were busy fighting Cappadocia, Pontus and Macedon, we decided to throw our hat into the ring and start chipping away at them as well, in the hopes that we could largely just get in and get out without really fighting a war, peace out once we'd driven up the war score and take some territory. And for the most part that's exactly what we did. We only had a couple little skirmishes here and there. We took some attrition from certain forts and things like that, but generally our manpower stayed relatively consistent. I was really happy with that war, and we took this huge chunk of territory here, solidifying our southern coastline almost entirely of the Pontus Exunis, which is basically the Mare Bosporanum at this point. Now, Phrygia are still in that war that they were in previously with Macedon, Cappadocia, Pontus, and Sinope, and it's really anybody's game. It looks like both have equal amounts of territory, though Phrygia will probably come out on top as they have less territory to take before they can just wipe the other kind of countries off the map. So it'll be interesting to see. We'll keep an eye on that and see how it shakes out. Now the other thing was we had our son, one of our sons, our twin sons. One of them we sent away adventuring, and then we had him during that war fighting some of the battles. He didn't do that well. He was kind of a lower marshal as well. And then he came back, and he came back with a ridiculous amount of marshal, something like 25 or something insane. Now, I've gone in with debug commands and I've changed it. I've lowered it back down to a normal amount, because 26 didn't make any sense. I know some people out there were kind of thinking like, oh, just put him on military tech or something like that. You know, he'll be a huge boon to your economy and just a huge boon to tech and a huge boon to whatever we do with him, really. But it was just absurdly, it was just too much. 20-something marshal, it didn't make any sense. If he had gone away and then we brought him back and we'd never seen him, you know, I could have role-played and maybe, you know, went with the idea that, well, he must have been an amazing commander out there, fought some amazing battles. But the reality is we know where he was and we saw what he did, and he wasn't that good, and he was a level 6 marshal when he began. So I think having him on level 7 now is totally fine. He did gain some finesse as well, and I've just kept that. I haven't changed anything else. That's the only thing I changed. So everything else is the same. Now I noticed that he actually has an inflammation, which is -1 finesse, so he's going to go up to 11. He was always wanting to be a bureaucrat when he was a kid, and we kind of plucked him away from that and sent him away because you guys voted to do so, and now he's back, and he seems to be the more fitting ruler, really, than his twin brother, Leostratus. Leostratus seems to be an excellent commander at 10 marshal, but he's castrated. He's not going to be having any children, so there's not much I could do about that in terms of trying to get the secession to go to Spartacus. I think what I could do is send him adventuring, and that way it's a little bit gamey. I don't know if I'll even bother, but I'll think about it. I could send him adventuring, and that means he'll kind of leave our court, so to speak. Spartacus will take over, he'll become the Basileus, and then Leostratus would come back. I don't know if there's any events that would happen that would cause issues with that, but you could do that. There's ways around it. However, I don't really want to do that. I'm happy for him to actually become the Basileus, as is his rightful, you know, as is law. He should be the Basileus. Just because he can't have children doesn't mean he shouldn't be. And then he won't produce children, and then he'll kind of die off, I'm guessing. And then his brother, actually, they are twins, so who knows who will die first. But ideally, Leostratus will pass away, and things will move to Spartacus, who will then become the ruler himself. And his children will then continue the line. So that's what I'm hoping happens anyway. So that's generally the idea behind it. Now, Spartacus isn't married, and we had a look through the females and characters that we have within our empire, but they didn't seem that good. And the ones that might be good are a bit too young, and we don't really have that much time. He's 30 years old. We kind of need to get stepping a bit. So some people were suggesting that we talk to Macedon and try to get one of their women which have like special traits. So if we go to view characters, which I had done just before, just checking this out, we sort by females, we sort by ruler family, and then we can see the available females here that we might be able to marry. Actually, some of them will have spouses and things like that, so they're not, it's just the females here that are in the ruling family. Now the reason we're checking the ruling family specifically is because they have these two traits, the blood of the Argides and the blood of Antipatros. So that's basically Alexander's bloodline, and then Alexander's, I think, one of his generals or one of his friends' bloodlines who would have ruled for a while. So they're good traits to have. They add a prominence. You know, if you're a ruler, it reduces the cost of buildings and legitimacy increases and things like that. They're just good to have, as well as a little benefit of added charisma and martial. And all of these girls have that. So I was looking at this one here, Aphrodisia Antipatrid. She's not married. She's 8693. Not great on the zeal. So our Spartacus guy, I think, only has about 3 charisma at the moment. So the charisma benefit is awesome. But unfortunately, the zeal would still not be great. It'd be like 4 or something when they got married. But I still think she's like a prime candidate for it. So there's 2 ways of doing this. I think, anyway. I think what we can do is, if we wanted to arrange marriage, we need at least 25 opinion. We need at least 25 opinion, or we could just inspire disloyalty until she became disloyal enough that we could then kind of force her to come over. That one's would take way longer. So I think what we'll try to do is get Macedon's opinion up, which I don't think it will take that long. You know, we need just 25 basically. So it's not that much. Send them a gift, and we basically get it. Improve opinion, send gift, and we should basically get that. So that's what we'll probably do, and see if that works. The only spanner in the works with this could be that she might get married off in the time it takes to do this. Inspiring disloyalty, she's 70 loyal. All of them are about 70 on the loyalty scale, I think, all of the girls. So that would take a really long time at 0.50% per month in order to get it down to, I think it needs to be lower than 30. I think it needs to be like 20. And the AI will probably bribe her and do things to keep buffing it. So it's just a little bit more reliable if we just try to befriend Macedon rather than try to make the characters themselves disloyal. And it might work out in our favor as well, because I don't necessarily... Some people were saying, maybe attack Macedon and stuff like that, and you could just take on the families. That's an interesting aspect as well, which is pretty tempting to do. But for now, I don't really want to attack them. I was thinking about it, though. The interesting thing is Paphlagonia are allied with Macedon, Pontus, Colchis, and Sophen. We can go to war with these if we wanted to, if we want to take Paphlagonia inferior. I don't think we've got any claims on Macedon itself, no. But maybe we could, maybe if this doesn't work out, maybe we'll take the women for ourselves, so to speak. So yeah, we might have to look at that as something we should do. Alright, I'm just gonna let time play, and I'll slow it down just a bit and go through some of the other changes I made. I'm taking a while here to get through the kind of intro aspects. So I've built 2 new cities, or founded 2 new cities. One is at Polomenion. I think it's here. Actually, no, it's not. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. There it is, on the port. Let's just see. Grain and wood. Have that. Okay, so we're founding a new city there, because we only had 1 in this entire province, so I think having 2 would be good. And then another one here at City. We're founding a city there, and hopefully that will increase the amount of pops we can kind of have here and start kind of colonizing out a bit further again. Apart from that, I don't think there's too much else that I did. I've just decided to build up some buildings. So these fortresses were kind of commissioned at the end of last episode. Yeah, it's basically all the same. I'm going to keep going with the the freemen. I'll go with the happiness. We'll go with the happiness just for now. Keeps everything good, because some people were like, oh, the recovery speed is better, and it depends. If you're at 100% happiness already, of course the freeman or the manpower one is better. If you're at 70 happiness, kind of on average, getting a freeman happiness buff, not only does it give us more manpower, but it also reduces the amount of unrest that you have generally, and it's just a good thing to have, because it does 2 things essentially, and it's a bigger buff, the 28% rather than the 10 or 14% to manpower recovery in general. Warrior's Honor. The battle-hardened soldiers serving under Leostratus have performed mighty acts of valor. Leostratus, in an act of benevolence, has requested permission to institute a particular form of service reward unique to his army. Leostratus would take great offense at being denied this honor, but we wish to be careful of allowing him too much autonomy. Let the soldiers have their due, or this is a dangerous precedent. I think it's fine to do this one. We take a stability hit the other way, so this is fine. So apart from that, our current army situation at the moment is... Oh, actually, something I meant to be doing. This army wants to go all the way back north. What we're going to do is start building a road network. A lot of people have been saying that they wanted me to do this for a while. So roads in 1.2 are different to how they were before. You can just build roads once you hit technology level 6, I think, on the civic advances. We've hit 8, so we've had it for a while. And then you can just build roads as you're marching from one place to another for 50 gold per territory. So it's a lot. I think in total it'll cost something like 2,000 if you want to do a full road network along the entire coastline. For now, we'll just make sure we build it up to the capital, and then we'll build out from there. We haven't really needed it. You know, most of our wars, I haven't really felt like we couldn't get to places fast. Roads are extremely important when you get down to like Egypt or anywhere in the east. The desert terrain is rough to cross. And actually, just speaking of the east, I noticed that the Seleucid Empire are down to like essentially like 10 territories or something like that, and they have Babylon as well. It looks like Babylonia have kind of eaten away at them, and so has Susiana, and even Phrygia has kind of like come along this way as well. Just kind of a little interesting thing I noticed. I love the fact that Sparta are hanging in there as well. Okay, yeah, let's keep letting time play. We'll speed it up now. I think we've pretty much covered everything I was going to talk about. Oh, that war is ended, by the way. They've just ended that war. It looks like Macedon lost all their territories over in Asia Minor on the Ionian coastline. So the Hellespont is now contested between myself and Phrygia. Yep. I don't see them anywhere. Is this them here? No. So yeah, Macedon are out of Asia Minor, as it were. I keep calling this Asia Minor because that's what it is. And yeah, I mean, that's basically what it is. What about Cappadocia, Pontus? Oh, it looks like they lost 2 territories against Pontus. So they're actually expanding that little holdings they have up there as well, which is kind of interesting. Alright, well, good on them. I guess they expanded a little bit. They're not done yet. And Macedon are now down to just 22 cities. Damn, that is rough. That is rough. Alright, so let's improve our opinion and send them a gift. See if we can get them back on our side. So we've already given them a gift recently, so that's not going to go up too much just yet. So I'll wait until that goes down. It's -1 a month. So if I wait 6 or 7 months, then we can send them another gift, and things should be a little bit better. Alright, so let's start building our roads. So now at least you can automatically build the roads, which is nice. So we'll just build to there for now. That animation is still like... I don't know why they left it like that. It's so weird. It's like he's about to dig and then he just snaps back into position. It's been like that since release. I don't know how they've just left that. But anyway, whatever. It's an aside. So at the moment we're making 53 per month. I have everything turned down. We're not at war with anyone. So our next goal is really to take out Colchis, take that Phrygian territory. A lot of people want me to just keep continuing this series. I don't know if I will yet or not. I love the idea of just getting the coastline. That was always the objective. I would have done things very differently if that wasn't our initial goal. You know, I wouldn't have bothered with client states or anything like that. I just tried to have fun and show off different mechanics a lot of the way through. People are like, oh, you want me to go all the way down to Carthage and stuff. It's like, well, you know, that requires very different play, I feel. But we can certainly think about maybe more coastlines down here as we go to war with people like Phrygia, Messenia, Macedon, if that happens. But for now, my focus really is Colchis, there's Trapezos, and then there's Phrygia. I mean, that's it. Heniokia as well, we're going to have to release as a vassal and then wait for a truce and then attack them and take them down. Or just take a big giant stability hit and fight them anyway, which we might end up just doing anyway. So yeah, because unfortunately, the idea behind these kind of tribal vassals is they're supposed to be gaining civilization value, and you're supposed to be encouraging them to sort of settle and adopt a different government type. But they just don't. I mean, when I first played the game, they did do that a few times. I remember a few times in Italy, I played as Rome on one of my first playthroughs, and a few of the tribes up here, I settled them and I didn't take them over, and it took about like 40 or 50 years, which is quite a long time, but eventually they became civilized, and then I just integrated them, and it felt really rewarding to do that. But we've had these vassals now for nearly 50, 60 years. There's no sign of it. I mean, there's no indication either way. There's no sign of that happening. So in that regard, right now in the current update, I think it's better to get client states if you can. You can't client state vassal tribes, so you just can't do that. You'd have to just take them over. But other people, like, what you could do is just take them over and then release client states if you can't deal with that area, which is what I did with Zargadava and Subcarpathia, and they've grown and they've colonized themselves a little bit, and they're starting to colonize a bit more, which is great to see. And then I could just integrate them whenever I want, really, because they're very loyal and they like me a lot. So anyway, just a little bit of a description on that. Green. So I'm going to keep saying no to the people that are trying to take things away from me. So food was a bit of an issue, but I sort of sorted it out. We're making good food now. A lot of people said, oh, just move slaves. The reason I don't really do that is just because it's time consuming on the actual video itself to be moving slaves around a lot. But yeah, we've got way too many slaves here right now. 100, basically 40 extra slaves that we don't need. So I was gonna shift a lot of them into this area. This area has 20 plus food right now. So I think it'd be good to just try to siphon them into different cities. So what that means I need to do, because of the way the borders are, we need to move them somewhere like Masella, and then then they can border. Basically, you can't like transfer from here into another province. You have to transfer to an adjacent settlement that's adjacent to another province and then hop them in. So it's like 3 lots of spending money to move the pops. But I think that's what we'll just do. So we'll just do that now. So we'll go view pops, move pop here. You can see there's 83. So we know we can take about 50. Alright, so there's a bunch that we just took. And they've all gone into here. Now this place is going to be way overcrowded. Right, 27 is its pop cap. It's not going to be able to ever get any more, so we'll have to then move them into this place. And there they are. Okay. And now we can finally disperse them throughout this area in general, which is good. So, for instance, we want to kind of put them on... Well, food is actually fine for now. And there's actually loads of food here as well, but food is fine for now. So I was going to take them on maybe like 10 in each city. Something like that for now. Something like that. So I know this is very kind of, whoops, time consuming, but you know, you got to do it every now and then. Now we're out of money. So we ran out of money on that one, but that's all right. So still a bit too many here. We'll have to just move them when we can. But here now is much better. Food in general in this province is going to be way better. There is actually food producing settlement up here we could move pops up to if we need to. We could probably fit a few more in there. So the interesting thing with... Oh, we have barbarians that have come in. And our guy is still building that road. Where is the cavalry? There he is. We could run him all the way up north. Just get up there. I'm sure that my clients will probably deal with this before anything, but still, we can just run up there. Yeah, it looks like Getty are coming in now to help deal with that. Cool. Alright, that's pretty good. Starving pops in here and here. That just means they're overpopulated right now. That's okay. This one does have a lot, actually. Alright, so let's move these ones up to here. So we're looking for Callus Lyman. And here they are. That should be enough to kind of basically balance out the two. So this is on 33 out of 27. This is on 28 out of 28. That's basically good enough. And then we just want to grab the last few from Turkey. Cool, alright. So now that those have been put into cities, all these slaves, they should generally... Yeah, they should promote up into freemen and citizens. That's the idea behind this. So you can see these little minuses on the tribesmen, on the slaves. They're going to be promoting up into freemen and citizens. And that's how we can kind of make sure we actually convert them properly without them just dying off or migrating away or whatever the case might be. Cool. It does cost a lot of money to do that, I guess. And this guy's still building his road. I don't know if I've got the money for it, though. They're 50 every month, although we are making 50 a month. But there you go. You can see that you can actually see the road, which is kind of cool. I love that. Does slow them down. So road movement lowers the morale, lowers the army movement without roads, and then yeah, the maintenance cost is increased as well. So we're paying them not only just to build the road, but also to pay them a 20% extra essentially. Where's that cavalry? Cavalry's almost there. Cavalry's so fast, man. Look at them go. The speed. They managed to get past my my fort line. So red-handed several nights ago Halkionis of Baruka was discovered helping himself to a sizable quantity of gold from the national treasury. It's clearly a serious crime, however, there's something to be said for sweeping affairs like this under the carpet. So yeah, he's son of the Admiral of Baruka's Trident. Look at him, he's off to petty little things like this. Terrible. Stealing gold. We could have him flogged. It's going to take our money either way, but yeah, we can have him flogged. Oh dear, we gained the cruel trait. Stories have circulated for some time now about the vicious cruelty of Philip II Spartacus, from kicking beggars in the street to laughing at public executions. Man, it's truly a nasty piece of work. Oh no, Philip, what? How's it come to this? I guess after the flogging, it makes sense. Effective ruler, monthly tyranny increase. He's actually really healthy. He's 69 years old, and he's quite healthy, no problems it seems, so that's good. How's his son doing? Has he been healed? Yeah, he has. So you might remember that Spartacus we put down here. And by the way, we probably have enough now to send the gift to Macedon. So we're at plus 19. We'll just send a gift, get this done. Alright, cool. Let's find you. There we go. A royal union. So we've clicked. Sorry, I should have kind of narrated that. So this is the woman in Macedon who has the blood of the Argides and the blood of the Antipatros trait. And then we clicked arrange marriage, and I've never done that before, so I expected a marriage screen to come up, but instead this event has popped where two of our sons that aren't married have come up, you know, with the chances of being married. So in the interest of future cooperation, we should decide which of our royal line might offer in marriage to Aphrodisia Antipatrid of the royal house of Macedon. Hegesandros is the clear choice. Send Spartacus. Perhaps this is unwise. So we're still on the proposals here. Send Spartacus. Get in there, son. Let's see what happens. I hope they say yes. Yes! Marriage approved. The Macedonian house have graciously accepted our royal offer of marriage. Aphrodisia Antipatrid has traveled to the Bosporan Kingdom in order to meet her betrothed. I don't know how to say that, but betrothed Spartacus. I know what it means. I just don't know how to say it for some reason. Her future husband, let's say. May our two nations prosper as a result of this mutual display of affection. Hey. Boom, she's ours now. Got her. Wouldn't it be incredible? Yeah, let's give her citizenship status. Come on in. Give her a holding, why not? She's pretty loyal. That's okay, we don't need to go crazy with her. But that's nice, isn't it? So he's 71144, she is 8693. So really the only thing she'll be contributing if they get married is the 9 on charisma. But that's a big bump of charisma. It's 5 more charisma than he has. So that's pretty good. Unfortunately, her zeal is kind of low. But whatever. So the thing is, I'm pretty sure, now I don't know, but I'm pretty sure the blood traits only pass if it's like a male passing the traits. I'm pretty sure that's how it happens. So I don't think their kid is going to get it, but they might. They might. I could be wrong with that. So I guess we'll pay attention and see. Because in that respect, it would be better to get a man married to your daughter, and then you could then propagate that line. I think that's how it works. The reason I think that is because I did it as Egypt before, and or actually in this playthrough we looked at Egypt, and people were wondering why their ruler doesn't have their traits anymore. And I can't exactly remember, but I did trace it back. I did trace it back somewhere. Yeah, so this was the first guy that didn't have it, but his wife had it, I think. Yeah, his wife has it. So essentially in the Egyptian line here, let's just go. Okay, so we have this guy, Malik, right? Malik married Malik married Lysandra Lagid the Wolf, and she had the blood of the Lagidae. Okay, so that's like another blood trait that passes on. But her children, none of her children had it. And I think it's because the father didn't. I think it's down to the father. Anyway. Let's kill these barbarians. Get the cavalry on top of them. We haven't paid for the army, but we don't need to. Look at them heading straight to the capital of Tafros. Cavalry's going to catch up to them big time. Cavalry even got there before them. There we go. Wiped. We didn't lose a single man and that we killed all 2,000, and we weren't even paying the goddamn troops. That is your Pasca's revenge. There we go. Good job. You can head back south now. Alright, let's connect the next cities. So we have disloyal characters. Not a big deal. We have disloyal provinces. They're actually getting better. This is the disloyal province. It is slightly increasing. Oh yeah. So this guy's loyalty is low. I think that's actually the reason that the disloyalty is a thing. He's about to go into disloyalty full on. He was recently bribed, so we can't do that. This isn't... Well, we could just give him free hands and he'll gain a lot more loyalty. It just means that he'll gain corruption as well. But I'm okay with that. This guy was awesome. Kephisdorus Kasiki. He defended. He was the governor that turned on the Borderlands traits, which defended the forts out this way. Our 2 cities are almost founded. Just 180 days to go. Cool. Alright, and the road network is being built nicely. And how's our pop situation? Just gonna have a look at it one more time. Starving pops at Torica. So still here there's a bit too many. So I'll put them into Pantacapion. That should be more than enough. They're still way over the limit. I guess because... Yeah, I don't know. Just is. The thing is, you can only ever build one settlement building here. So eventually, no matter what, eventually, like, there is a cap to the amount of food. People are like, just keep throwing slaves on them. But at a certain point, they stop growing. So there is a cap. You know, no matter what, you will hit caps. Which kind of bothers me in a way. Because, well, it kind of does and it kind of doesn't. I guess the game has a finite time limit as well. So it's not that big of a deal. But it just means that there is like a cap to how big you can grow. Like your cities. Eventually. Which I guess is fine, I suppose. Just gonna keep refusing food transfers. We could embrace different types of government form, which is kind of tempting to do, although something that's more tempting is probably just to enact a new law. So domestic laws unlock when you reach, I think, yeah, civic advances 6. And then at civic advances 9, we get conversion policies, which we don't really need, we're pretty good on. At the moment, we have courts for landowners, increasing our general's loyalty, and the freemen ratio in cities. And this one is exemption for nobility, decreasing our governor's loyalty. So those two kind of play off of each other, cancel out the loyalty changes, and they decrease the army cost. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's all good. Yep, I'm happy with all this. So what are they looking for? Fish, grain, grain. Athens is still a thing. They're just a single city-state now, I think. Yep. City-state. Cool. Road is... We're earning more money than the speed at which we're building the road, which is good. I could have multiple going at the same time, but because we don't have that much money, I don't really want to do that. And we just hit 100,000 manpower. Can you believe it? After all our manpower woes of late, we're blitzing it now. 1,700 manpower. Damn. Now we really don't need the manpower omen next month. Okay, so our internals are in pretty good shape. So we might start thinking about where we want to go next in terms of conquest. So to wage a war on Colchis, Egypt say no because military access. Cotinia says no because of low manpower and military access. So we'd be fighting them on our own against Paphlagonia, Iberia, and Sophen. So that's Iberia, Sophen, and Paphlagonia. And Paphlagonia are pretty weak, so don't have to worry much about them. Or we could just attack Paphlagonia, and that would make us... Oh, that's cool, the ruler is blind. That would make us go to war with Macedon, Pontus, Colchis, and Sophen. So it's essentially the same thing, but added Macedon in there for fun. And would Egypt join us in that one? No, they say military access. That didn't stop them before. I guess because Phrygia, they have access to get to Phrygia. Well, think about it. We're no longer putting hemp. Okay. The coming of the city of City. And the other one as well. So down here, we founded a new city here. We have import routes here. What should we get? I mean, food is pretty good anyway, so don't really feel like we need that. I'll just leave it for now. Also, another reason I should have mentioned, the reason I'm not expanding too much is because we do have some aggressive expansion. It's not that bad, but I like to not, you know, drive it up too much when we really don't need to. We're totally fine. I'm in no hurry, as it were. And this is fine as well. So what about this city? So what could we build to increase migration here? There's 8 migration value. No one's coming in, though, yet. I don't know if any of these buildings do migration. I can't remember. No, but I think the aqueduct, by increasing your population cap, it increases the migration attraction. Well, what I'd like to build is temples and forum, so that we can just convert the population a bit faster. There's not much we can do with it, but I think that's okay for now. Down here, there's 5 potential buildings. The place is a little bit Persian for my liking. I'm gonna build a couple theaters. It's a coastal one, so libraries are better, and then maybe an academy to help it along. Alright, cool. We can enact the War Council as well, which would give us claims on Macedon, probably. This is something I've never done in this playthrough at all. Let's do it. We don't have to act on it immediately, but so Philip is going to get the War Council together. He's 70 years old. The shroud of evening falls on the magnificent palaces of Tafros as 3 silhouettes appear at the door of the royal audience chamber. Ptolemaeus, the author of several tactical treatises, Juris, a down-to-earth, well-respected advisor, and Proteus, an advisor of uncertain standing, file into the palace chambers, each determined to influence the Bosporan court in their own manner. Over the course of the evening, Ptolemaeus becomes vociferous. Vociferous? I haven't heard that word before. Vociferous in his opinion that Paphlagonia ought to feel the might of the Bosporan armies. And to the surprise of many, Proteus has begun to agree with this method of thinking. Juris obstinately continues to promote his own agenda, insisting that Macedon is ripe for the conquest, citing his large network of informants in the Macedonian countryside. Alright, cool. So, we could go... Ptolemaeus and Proteus make valid arguments. We shall march on Paphlagonia. Or we could say, we stand with Juris. Ready the armies to march for Macedon. And we'll get a claim on the province of Chalkidiki, which is basically their final province. And interestingly, if we declared war on them, are they allied still with Messenia? You know what? They're actually not. I think Messenia are too big for them. They're in a truce with Messenia. Huh. They must have fought each other. I didn't know that. They used to be allied. So I think Juris is the correct guy to go with. Look at him. You can just tell. He knows what he's talking about. He's 73. He's the Archisomatophylex, which I believe is the... Yeah. Increases the morale of the armies. He knows more about the armies than anyone. So let's go with him. We stand with Juris. Ready the armies and ready to march on Macedon. So that's an instant claim, which means you can just go boom straight into war, declaring war with good relations. Oh yeah, so we did obviously just work on them in order to get that. Woman. What's her name? I'm gonna try and remember her name without looking it up. It's like Aphrodisi. That's it, because it's like aphrodisiac. Yeah, Aphrodisia. Come on, you know what you need to do. All right. So yeah, I think this would be a cool war to have. We haven't really needed to go this way, but it would make sense because we could also take some Sinopan territory if we want to, which I think... let me see. Oh, we actually don't need their territories at all. I thought we did. What about Colchis? Colchis won't be involved, right? That's the only thing I'd be worried about. So Pontus, that's fine. Paphlagonia, which we could take some territories. Comagen. I actually don't know where they are. Oh, there they are. They're quite small. And Ambisontia. Ambisontia. Wow, they're far, far away. They're here. This nation here. Yeah, so this is... sorry, I've been kind of getting distracted a bit. But yeah, this seems like a very... This seems good. Obviously, they can all get mercenaries and things like that. So we'll have to think about it. I'm not going to rush into it just now. But Macedon are weak after losing their little war. They have 66 cohorts, so it's not like it's just going to be a breeze. They have good manpower. Their money is a bit low, in fairness, although they're making money. So it might not be that easy, depending on the amount of mercenaries they get. We have one mercenary unit here, but we can start moving our armies a little bit more into position, I think. Also, why is this guy not replenishing his... Oh, because he's got chariots. Oh, this is the disloyal guy. He raised his own army. I forgot about that. He's just been chilling out with no loyalty. I totally forgot that. He's getting on a bit, so he won't be with us for much longer. We have Eurpaska's Revenge Cavalry. We have Kasaki's 5th, the Hellespont, guarding the Hellespont. Then we've got Tripuscar's 2nd, Sarmatia. Looking good as well. And then we have Philip's 1st, Olympians. Now, I'm kind of thinking that Philip is in good health. I mean, there's no reason he can't do this. I was thinking maybe waiting until the next secession, but I don't know. Leo Stratus is marching north with a large body of cavalry. Yeah, I think we'll just wait a little bit longer and then probably build up a new heavy infantry army and get ready to push in. I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to call a timeout. I need to go to the bathroom. Time in. I'm back. Sorry about that. I don't think I've ever actually had to leave during the recording of one of these. And then I sat back down and resumed, but then a massive glare appeared on my screen, so I had to pause it and then go away again. So if you saw time move like 2 or 3 days, that's why I did. I haven't done anything. Anyway, I was lamenting while I was on the toilet, as you do, thinking about what we need to be doing. And I do think we just need to get our money back into a bit of a better situation, and then we'd be pretty much ready to go. So I think I'll just leave the road when we get to here for now, and then we'll start building up our next army. And I think heavy infantry will be the way to go, and we'll have to look at some characters that we may have. Oh, look at this. Look at these boys. Macedonians in exile returning home. Okay. But yeah, it seems like the right thing to do. I mean, this would be such a great grab for us. I mean, it does open us up to a whole problem with maybe Messenia, but it means we can also grab some territories away from Paphlagonia, which would be cool. The Olympic Games. Oh, we could send Spartacus. That's a tempting thing to do. Let's send him. I think we have to send him, right? Spartacus. Off you go. Hope he doesn't die. There is a chance they die if they go there. We won't bother putting on a governor. I'm just not even going to have a governor in this place till he gets back. Alright, road is pretty much done. We'll save our money now just for a little while, and then we'll start building up some armies. So, Leo Stratus is 3rd, Torica. I'm tempted to get rid of all that light infantry, to be honest. I don't know if we need it. I want heavy infantry now. So let's do that. Might just go with 8. 8 seems like a good number. And then he can march south, link up with those guys. Sorry, I'm getting in the habit of reading the results before I read through it. A scientific breakthrough. One of our researchers, Oentus Dromachetti, thinks himself is just about to make a notable scientific breakthrough in the research he is currently working on. All that is needed is some more supplies and funds for the next couple of years. To be able to get his hands on some of these, he has personally asked our basilisk, Philip, if he can get some access to them. The rest of our researchers will certainly suffer if we were to make this move. Maybe it's worth it after all. So 30 extra in religious advances. He'll become corrupt and will lose 35%, and he'll lose 35. I don't get why that would happen. No, of course we're not going to squander all our resources on this. I don't know why you'd ever take that option. But okay. Anyway, we're going to take the roads back down here. I might continue a road network this way, and that way it would parse off there and we could wrap it around that way. Might be kind of nice. Are we? No, we're not. Yeah, we're not bordering Macedon from the north. Alright, we've got a lack of commander on this light infantry. Oh, we've got another Kaseki. He is the son of the general of Kaseki's 5th, the Hellespont, and he is an 8-star. I love the Kasekis, man, always pop up as like good commanders. It's strange. I mean, traits don't really pass on, or skills, I should say. Traits might, but skills don't really pass on between children. But this family definitely seems to have something going for them when it comes to a strong military leaning, I guess. So we're gonna build 4 cavalry, and then I think maybe some heavy or some archers or something. Yeah. So 6 archers from the front, light infantry, and cavalry on the wings. Let's just sort them out. Cool. Manpower is still gaining quite nicely, although we are taking some attrition. It's interesting, turning off Force March stopped the attrition. That's because you take more supply. Right, I'm actually going to hop over here with Kaseki's cavalry, or your Pasca's cavalry. Olympics have been concluded. Oh no, we didn't win. Better look next time, I guess. There's no story about our boy. Oh well. Is he available yet? He might not be available just yet. Yeah, he's not back yet. We'll just have to wait. So yeah, if we're going to be going to war with Paphlagonia, we're going to need quite a lot of armies out in Asia Minor in general. And you know what as well? It might be a good idea to buff this up to like a level 2 fort, just in case we do lose it. So let's remove, I don't know, one of the marketplaces here. Buff this up, and then when that's done, I think we'll be ready for war. So that'll be a level 2 fort then. Raising a host. Leostrata Spartakid, our son, in his capacity as general, has begun using his own personal funds to augment the size of his assigned army. We're unsure whether to applaud his initiative or worry over the intentions behind this action. Nonsense. Leo's doing a fine job. He'll get light infantry, or we could say no. I don't want him to have light infantry, so I'm going to say no. He's a primary heir, so he'll just gain loyalty all the time anyway. So it's not really a big deal. Alright, Spartacus can go back on his governorship role. Oh, I didn't think of that. We actually have to put his stuff back on, don't we? So, he was converting in some places. He doesn't need to do that here. Acquisition of wealth is fine for there. You know, conversion maybe is good for here. Definitely good for here. Acquisition of wealth is fine for there. Is that it? And then up here, conversion. Cool. He already knew what he wanted to do. For almost half of it. And aggressive expansion is in a much better place now as well. Oh, we can increase the province loyalty by 5. Oh, let's do that over here then. I've never done that before. That's kind of cool. Philip can visit the city, so to speak, and maybe buff up the loyalty in this place. That's kind of nice. I've never actually done it. Never found a reason to do it. It looks like Didas Zepetid died at the age of 71. He was the admiral of Zippo's Guardians. Oh yeah, so he was guarding the Hellespont with his smaller fleet. Kaseki troops mobilized. The head of the Kaseki family, Kephisidorus Kaseki, utterly fed up with the situation. Wow, oh shit. That's a bit of a problem. Has begun mobilizing troops in Olbia. Now, we gave him free hands. Didn't we? I thought I did. Pretty sure I did. Oh no, not like this man. Not a Kaseki. We can't have him leading armies. Where is he? He's up here. 32,000? Jesus. What's our situation right now? It's fine, but it's, I don't know. I don't like to see it. He was our governor of Bithynia. I thought I'd given him his loyalty is changing because he's been plotting outraged family. Are you kidding me? Power base, major power tyranny. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I'd been giving him quite a bit. Well, I don't ever want to bring this guy to trial. Let's just bribe him a little bit. Maybe see if we can make friends with him. Increase that loyalty somewhat. I mean, his loyalty is just going to go down while he's plotting quietly. But, you know what? If he just controls his own army and actually follows our war, he might actually be an asset. So, it might not be that bad. The Orlosian army stood down. Okay, so this guy has decided to give up on that. Everyone likes gold. Yep, sure. So let's gonna march to this city, then this one here, here, and there. So we're gonna build a new road that way. All right, cool. This guy looks so young. Yeah, he is. He's only 17. Ehemerus Kasagi. I think we've got multiple Kasagi families, and that's why. Because what's his loyalty like? His is good. So let me just see families. Got a few people in jail, man. Holy shit, this guy is white. What the hell? Why is he so white? What's up with that? Oh, this isn't my characters. This is Macedon. Is it? Yeah, this is Macedon. Oh, someone showed me how to... This is it. View player characters. There we go. Kasaki. So that is the Kasaki family. Is there another one down the line? No, there's just the one. Okay, well... Loyalty's pretty good above the board. They're not... They're being... they're respected. So, you know... They're not scorned. So, I don't know. Whatever. This guy's just probably pissed off. For whatever reason. In mourning. Oh, that's sad. He's taking it out on everyone else. Alright, Philip has arrived here. So, we're going to use Anabas's 15 political influence. And it'll gain 5 loyalty. It's currently at 17. A common method of restoring faith in a regime involved lengthy tours around the satrapies of the provinces. Yeah, that's awesome. He's just paying a little visit there. I would love if this game had any detail or effects. It'd be so cool if this place had like, you know, like confetti and stuff in the air around it. It's like, oh yeah, they've just had, you know, the king go there. Or when there's a triumph, if that happened up here. Hashtag things that no Paradox player has ever even asked for ever. Our efforts to encourage friendship have paid off. Hey, we became friends. Alright, we're good friends. You're leading an army. You're going a bit mental. I get it. Do you want to stop plotting quietly now? Can I interrupt this? There's no way to interrupt this. Well, there you go. Okay, let's start paying the armies. Paying our forts and fleets. Just seeing what the cost is going to be like. Okay, we don't need to pay that then. So we're paying for our forts. We're paying for our armies. We're going to start drilling them now. Getting them prepared. Also, we need a new general in this one. Dionysus Pyporii. So we'll call this Pi's Guardians. Alright, cool. Constantly asking me for that. So we have our main fleet here, Baruch's Trident. He's 67. We're going to bring them towards Macedonian waters. Or put them in the port over here, I guess, for now. Actually, this port would be perfect. The roads have been built. Excellent. Okay, everything's going well. So let's start drilling some of these armies. Could do with having some more. We're still really light in general on armies. What do we have? 173. Macedon have 62. Paf have 49. It's Sinope have 3. Wow, embarrassing. And these guys are 22. So these guys, but they have good gold. So, you know, they're going to be throwing the mercenaries at us, as you can probably expect. And we could always buy them ourselves. It's just less efficient to do that. Although it's questionable whether or not we should burn through our own manpower or not. But yeah, let's raise a new army again. Get some of those horse archers, and I'll just build this one here, and then we can let the armies kind of find their way to each other. Alright, this episode has been a bit weird, kind of disjointed. I guess it's just because I don't feel like I'm quite ready to take on Colchis and Phrygia again. I think getting Macedon first, and then solidifying some of these territories a bit more, will then enable us to do another war against Phrygia, finish them off, and finish off Colchis after that. I think that's a good way to kind of approach it, just in case people are wondering what the goal here is. New inventions available. Heavy infantry cost, siege engineers. So heavy infantry cost apparently, according to Lambert, lowers their upkeep as well. I thought it just lowered their purchase cost, but he says it lowers their upkeep. So that's a pretty good one. Let's get that. It's quite expensive, but it'd be worth it. I should have really looked at the before and after, and then that would have given me an idea, but whatever. Okay, so we want to build to this army. I think 6, so 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's as much money as we can afford right now. Oh wow, we can get horse archers here. That's cool. Probably trading it down there. So he's still disloyal. Not much I can do on that. I think, yeah, because he got corruption, I'm pretty sure we did give him free hands, but I guess it wasn't enough. He was so angry that his loyalty went from 33 down, down, down further. Maybe an event happened that I didn't pay attention to. Let me know if you think it did. And I'll check out those comments. Alright, not much else to do. The armies are drilling like crazy. March of Time. Okay, so he has gained cancer. Philip has gained cancer. He's 72. Ain't no seek treatment for that. He hasn't had a kid yet, which is concerning to me. Imagine how she feels. Wouldn't it be cool if she could like run away or something, go back to Macedon if we wage war on them? I think that'd be cool. We're also waiting for the fort to finish, by the way. Leostratus' third Torca. Sit over at Sail for now. Stop asking me for grain, please. Alright, we restored the food of all these places though, and it's going up here now as well. Nice. And it's the same down here, is it? Yep, food is now maxed out across the board, it seems. Basically. Good. Everything is going fine and dandy. Once this runs out and we get our fort built, then we can think about waging that war, and we'll have a look at what else we could get. We might get a tax modifier or something. If there's any military ones, we'll get those. So, yeah, we've got heavy infantry, what do you call it? Horse archers. Might just add on some archers to this army then as well. 6. And then something I haven't checked in a while is the military tab. So we can have a look at what our benefits are across the board. So our archers have 15% discipline as of right now. Our heavy infantry has 20% discipline. Our horse archers have 15%. Our light cav has 5%. And our light infantry has increased defense and offense. So you know what? I think based on that it would be better to get the light infantry. They seem a bit more rewarding. And we'll put them first. Light infantry are going to be... how good are they against archers? They're not very good against archers. They're not good against a lot, to be honest. But, I don't know. They're buffed for us, so we'll just use them anyway. See how it goes. It's kind of a trial and error. Ephemerus Pythid. Yeah, sure. Alright, we're mustering the armies. We don't need to be paying the forts right now. The only thing that concerns me is we don't have any armies over here. Halkiones Baruka died of dysentery at the age of 31. He was the Hierophant and the son of the Admiral of Baruka's Trident. Shit. I guess he wasn't very good. He was good for religion. Damn, I should have maybe seen if we could have got him treatment. I didn't know he was sick. I missed out on that. So, Baruka's Trident, where are they? He's unwell as well. So his son is dead, but he has 2 more children. Bit of a shame. Hate when that happens and you miss out on it. Holy crap. This guy's 14. We'll get Anady Tripuskar and we'll put this dude on tech. He's only 17. He's on 11. Yeah, we just get this guy in. So, he's the nephew of the general of Yorpaska's Revenge. Oh, so he's related to the Yorpaskans. Alright, cool. Speed it up. Oh, we're taking a little bit of attrition here, actually. How's the military experience? Going up nicely. So we're about to get our next tradition, which will probably be heavy infantry morale. Patronage of the Arch. A basilisk is expected to be a patron of the arts. Oh yeah, we've got this many, many times before. We don't have the money for that, so we'll have to just say no. The other thing I wanted to check then was trade. Capital surpluses. So we are getting the heavy infantry discipline. We're not getting anything for our... And we are getting the horse archers. We're not getting anything for light cav, though, which would require regular horses. We're getting 5% by exporting it, but not by importing it. I don't know if we can do that, though. Might be a bit too tricky. What I would like to do is do that one again. Entice, get another import route. We could probably stop trade. No, the food is pretty tight. If we give away one of these food surpluses, then we'll probably start hurting again for food. The Orlosii, let's pop him in. Alright, cool. Well, we're coming to the end of the episode, guys. I think at the beginning of next episode is when we will really see our war begin. Oh, I didn't get to finish the road all the way. I'll have to go back and finish building that. Oh, we don't have to go back. We can just build it out this way. There we go. Because, yeah, I really want that fort to be done, and it's almost done, 6th of May, so, you know, a couple months to go, and that'll be done. Our fleets are in good health and good position. I would like to have an army down here, although I don't know if it's that necessary. We'll keep the fleets around, and we can always just hop around if anything goes wrong over there. Keep asking me for food. So we got a new omen, so manpower, happiness again, or morale of armies. I think we'll go with that one. So our armies are now ready. New invention. We could get some... Yeah, we'll save the money for now. And people are drilling. So this is good. We're about to get that next tradition as well, which is nice. We need some, like, anticipation music. That's really what we need. I actually think I have some. Hang on one sec. There we go. Anticipation. As we're building up for a war. And the roads are being connected. The roads look good, don't they? I like it more in the regular view, just because it looks obviously more natural, but it looks cool. You can ultimately just connect every province if you want. Some people were saying it actually improves supply in the area. I don't know if that's true. Let's check. So supply is going to be listed here. Civilization value, fighting season, owner base, blah, blah, blah. I don't think so. Maybe I'm not looking at it correctly. You can let me know if I'm wrong on that one. But I don't think it actually does, having a road affect that. Granaries raided. We've received word from our local officials of the province of Bithynia Inferior that several important provincial food stockpiles have been looted by malcontents owing to the contempt for the government across the area. It seems that they hope to make tensions worse by forcing a hungry people to action. In any case, it will not be cheap to replace the stolen goods. So we'll just have to replace the stockpile. 300. I think that's the right thing to do. Not even going to look at the other options. That's the right thing to do. And they're gaining back their loyalty. They're now actually loyal, which is good. So we don't need to be on bleed them dry anymore. Harsh treatment. That's crazy. How are they for everything else? Yeah, they're fine. So let's just put them on something like, I don't know, manpower. Seems good to me. A lot of slaves here. Huge amount. I guess that might be why they're on harsh treatment. Well, bleed them dry would really make more sense for slaves, but I don't want to do that. It's fine. Don't know if we need any more armies, you know? I feel like we do. Alright, heavy infantry morale. Boom. Give it to me. Next one, it will be cohorts starting experience, then light cavalry defense, military colonies, cavalry offense, fort defense, heavy infantry maintenance cost, and then heavy infantry offense, silver shields. That's the last one. Alright, we'll build one final army, and then we might call it there, I think. Gonna again go with that kind of same layout as this one, I think is good. Heavy infantry, horse archers, light infantry, and then putting them on something like bottleneck or phalanx, I guess makes sense. Another Zipotide died. Who's on tech? Our tech, this is pretty low now. We'll have to We'll have to find someone who would be better suited to that. I think I'll take the Omen hit. Although that would lower... Yeah, we'll take the tech hit. It's fine. Until we can get someone who's a bit better in that department. Alright, cool. This is going to be fun. See if we can take Macedon out completely on their own. Oh shit, they've gotten a huge amount of allies. I ain't backing down from it though. Holy crap. What the hell? How do they have so many? How can you have that many? Oh, they must be in a defensive... Yeah, they're in a defensive league because they become small enough now that they can do that. Oh man, that'll be a fun war. We're going to do it. I don't care. It's fun. They are slightly higher tech than me. They've got 12. We've got 8. So they're going to be getting just, I think, 0.40 more morale than me. 0.40. So it's not going to be easy. We're still going to do it. I think I built one extra. I haven't actually done much in the way of heavy cav. Don't really feel like I need to. Light cav though. Yeah, it's the horse archers are just so good because they're good against heavy infantry, and Macedon typically field a lot of heavy infantry. If we look at their trades, yeah, because they still have iron, so I'm sure they still are doing that. All right, and then we'll put our final commander on this army. It's not that good. We're getting a little thin on good units now. How are they for relations? Getting a little lower. We can just send them an insult before we do it. We're going to be taking on a lot. I look forward to it, man. It's exciting. The tension music is awesome. Gets you going. Alright, it's the 1st of January. How's our boy Philip holding up? He's alright for a while. Losing a percent. He's got 77 months before he dies. Effectively. And we still have that disloyal army, right? Akasaki leading a disloyal army. Kasaki's... It's not really a rebellion, so I'll just say followers. Or just say Kasaki's personal army. It's Kasaki's personal army. They're loyal to him. It's not so bad now, his disloyalty, but still not great. Outraged family, power base, tyranny. Throw him another bribe and it'll be up to 33 actually. And that will keep going up just for a little while. He's not outraged anymore. And now it's going up. So that'll probably solve him. He just had to throw his little tantrum up there. That being said, it might have been smarter just to keep him so we could actually have him go to war. Also, it looks like Subcarpathia has colonized this area now as well, which is nice. Kasaki army stands down. I want him to be back in charge, but maybe it's a bit risky. Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait just for a while until his loyalty builds back up. Ah, you know what? He might be suited to tech. Oh, that guy's level 14. Okay, yeah, not gonna happen. So this army's on 16. They could go with another heavy cav unit, another horse archer unit. This army is on lacking a horse archer unit, and then that'll be it. That'll be the armies ready, basically, for the battles ahead. So what are we up to now? We're up to 176 cohorts. Going up against 62. Going up against a lot of nations in general. You know what would be good? Get Messenia on our side. They would accept an alliance if they weren't such a small regional power. To be a major power, they need to be 100, so it's not going to happen anytime soon. Not much we can do about that then. Messenia are just going to have to chill. How's Rome doing? Rome have huge expansions all the way up here. Looks like they're getting attacked at the moment. Carthage are behemoths at 449 territories. Rome, for instance, have 215, so Carthage have doubled Rome's size right now. Cotinia might actually help us out in this fight. That's why I didn't think about that. Egypt will help me. Cotinia won't. They say military access is the problem, but Egypt will. They have military access to all of these extra little nations down here. So Cotinia might have to be... I don't know what we could do about that. I mean, if they don't have access, they don't have access. They should really figure out a way to get access. Alright, that's going to be it for today, guys. I think... is this going to... We need to move some of these armies into more plentiful territory. That's going to be it for today. Bit of a build-up episode, bit of a slower episode, dealing with some internals and management and things like that. We did get our boy Spartacus a wife, unfortunately. She's pregnant as well, 2nd of October, which was yesterday. Let's have a look. See our first kid, our next kid. Tribal request migration. 4 tribes will move from our territory, and it'll give me 900 gold. Yeah, we've no need for their tribe. Let them go. They want to go into Sarmatia. Absolutely. Where's this kid I've been hearing so much about? You're late. What the hell? Yay! Oh, strange name. Peculus. Puculus? Laos? Puculus? Peculus. I don't know. Well, and what is it? Oh, it's a male. Blood of the Argides. Hey! We got one of the traits. We didn't get both of them, but we got one of them. Sweet. Nice. Okay, cool. It worked. I guess it just Egypt got unlucky then when their traits died out. Awesome. So he's had a son. He's had a son. Let me know how the hell you say that. I'll have to ask people in Discord as well, probably. All right, that's going to be it. Thank you guys very much for watching. In the next episode, almost straight away, we're going to be going to war with Macedon and several Greek city-states. If we have a look just one more time here. Arcania. The frame rate gets real bad when you do this for some reason. I don't know why. Arcania, Argos, Elis, Troezen, Epidaurus, Sinope, then obviously in Asia Minor, Pontus, Paphlagonia, Commagene, and Ambisontia, which are up near Rome. Gonna be pretty crazy. And we're gonna be bringing in our boy Egypt. Hopefully they'll actually arrive. Because I think they have holdings up here. That's why they have some towns somewhere up here. Let me check Egypt's perspective. Well, they actually don't, weirdly enough. Well, either way, they're going to be joining us, hopefully. All right, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.